And good morning. As our country celebrates America's 250th birthday, communities across the Carolinas are bringing history to life through living demonstrations and Revolutionary War reenactments. One of those events is happening tomorrow at the Museum of the Waxhaws, where visitors can experience what life was like during the fight for American independence.
And joining us are some very special people to tell that story. Welcome, members of the Kingsbury Artillery. We have Lynn Smith. Yes. Thank you, my lady. We also have Captain Jeff DeWarrick and then Lieutenant Stephen McKee to tell us all about Kingsbury Artillery. So a big weekend, 250. Wow. It is. It's crazy it's been 250 years. For you, it seems like yesterday, though, obviously.
Indeed, yes.
I want to ask first, what got you into this?
You go to events, you see the people with their displays, it looks pretty cool, but as you get more into it, you realize the history involved and what went into our country's founding, and that is really appealing because you just don't get a lot of that in history classes these days, and just the chance to live it out and actually do what they did.
Total history. Let's talk about the name Kingsbury. That's a name that's historical because that was one of the commanders, right?
It was. He was, so John Kingsbury was the second commander of our unit. They were the North Carolina Artillery Company, essentially, at the very beginning of the war. They fought at Moores Creek Bridge in February of 1776, which was really the first big land battle here in North Carolina that happened prior to the Declaration of Independence. And then John Kingsbury took over after that and then led them through the rest of the war until they were surrendered at Charleston in 1780.
Wow.
And there's a lot of stories up and down along the coast. So say if we were to visit you in Waxhaw, are we going to learn about the battle in general or more specifically here in the Carolinas?
For Saturday, it's actually going to be weaponry. We're going to show you musket volleys, cannon volleys. The Museum of the Waxhaws has an excellent blacksmith. He's going to do demonstrations, and someone's going to read the Declaration of Independence.
Starts about 12 o'clock, goes until about 4:30 in the afternoon. And yes, this is a real live demonstration. The cannons, the muskets are all going to be fired right there.
All the sights and sounds.
Yeah. Yep. Something for the whole family as we take a look back in time at our 250th birthday celebration.
I have to ask a couple of behind-the-scenes questions. So, of course, both Larry and I couldn't help but do this. And this isn't super sharp, but what was the kind of the design with this? You said it wasn't razor sharp back in the day?
It was not. This is a bayonet, and it was used to stab the other soldier. A lot of casualties from the bayonet, especially on the British side. They were very good at it. The Americans not so much, but when you got close enough and the musket was not effective, we always had this always worked.
Still bayonet right there. We're talking about Waxhaw, which is down Providence Road, Highway 16, an historical town. Our 7th president of the United States, Andrew Jackson, was born in the Waxhaws. And this, I mean, it's an event for the whole family. Ladies, I didn't realize until we talked earlier, women were very much involved in combat in some respects, right?
Absolutely. Women portrayed spies. There were 2 women that we know that were documented with a pension who actually dressed as male soldiers. Women rolled cartridges. They held down the forts. They had a very big impact in supporting the soldiers and everyone to make our country independent.
Amazing.
And it really feels like a blast from the past. And I love kind of the sights and sounds that you're going to be bringing as well. Are these clothes comfortable?
They are. Actually, believe it or not, so 18th century clothing, when we talk in 2026, we talk about bespoke clothing. 18th century clothing is going to be tailored to you. So typically it fits fairly well to your body shape. I can tell you this is the height of men's fashion, at least in my personal opinion. And certainly it is comfortable to wear out and about. Now with the temperature peaking around 100, 101 degrees, it does get to be interesting wearing wool in this kind of heat. But you also have to recognize there's no sunscreen in the 1770s or 80s. There's no bug spray. So a lot of this is actually going to be protective to your skin as well as fashionable for the times.
For people who are not from Waxhaw, once again, it's on Highway 16. And I will say this, having been there many times, there are lots of trees. So that's going to help with the weather situation tomorrow. But, I mean, talk about for the cannons that you use in this demonstration.
We have what's called a 3-pounder. It's a small cannon. It was used on the battlefield. A crew of 6. We'll be doing plenty of demonstrations, more details about that, what it fired, how it was loaded.
And very loud.
It is very loud. So definitely come out to the Waxhaws, come out to the museum. We'll be doing demonstrations throughout the day to give people a fuller picture of what's involved in that.
Pretty exciting.
Can't think of a better way to celebrate the 250 than you guys. Well, thank you so much. I'm going to shake your hand without the bayonet right there. Again, make sure to head on down. You said between noon and 4 o'clock, right?
Yeah, all the demonstrations. Waxhaws, North Carolina, short drive, Highway 16, Promise Road. And the signs will take you, point you right to the Museum of the Waxhaws where this is all going to take place. So Chris is going to make sure the temperatures are comfortable 70 degrees.
Yeah.
That would be magnificent.
Plus
76 is sunrise. How about that instead?
Yeah.
Yes.